calls definitely hasn't worked out as planned. Alexander-Arnold couldn't keep him. That's hurt the team massively. Wirtz hasn't really worked out as planned, although I think there have been signs that Wirtz is going to become good. And Isak, obviously, for various reasons, has not worked out at all. That's 5 massive calls that have effectively all gone against them, and that's where they are now.
The fact that he did win the league last season, because if you take this season in isolation, yes, the results haven't been great. They're in the top places and a realistic chance of getting into the Champions League in his first season. We wouldn't be talking like this, would we?
If he'd have had this season last season, he probably wouldn't have had a second season.
You think?
Yeah, because that's how high the standards are. And obviously on the back of Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool fans are expecting a certain way of playing football, so this couldn't have been his first season. He did a fantastic job last season, honestly. We can't take that away from him. It was a hard job to follow Jurgen Klopp. I mean, if you're talking about following a legend, Arsenal struggled after Arsene Wenger, Man United, as we know, after Sir Alex Ferguson. Arne Slot had the same task after Jurgen Klopp, with a team that a lot of us thought at the time was kind of over the hill. We talked about Van Dijk and Salah at the time, thinking, can he get more out of these players? And he did. But maybe last season was that final burst of everything from that team. They've now hit the wall, and Arne Slot is paying the price for that.
Hasn't he earned more than just one season, though, off the back of winning a title?
Well, no, because if the results aren't good enough and the fans don't like the football, then no, that's the modern game, isn't it? I mean, let's go back 20 years, yeah, maybe you would have got a second season, but there's so much impatience now among supporters. And like I said with the Thomas Frank scenario, if the football isn't great and the fans don't like it and the results are also bad, then that is a lethal cocktail for any coach, especially now.
The worry for Slot is the further away Liverpool time Slot's had to work with them and impose his methods, the worse they're getting. Over time, it's going in the wrong direction, and I think a lot of last year, and this is to Slot's credit, to be clear, it's not a criticism of him, but a lot of last year, you could see, as Mark said before, a lot of Klopp in that team still. You could see that the Klopp's fingerprint and the years of training and the methods were still there, and it was a nice hybrid between what Klopp was doing and what Slot brought in. But now they're moving further and further away from what Klopp did, and more towards what Slot wants, and it doesn't seem to be working at all.
I mean, if you look at the go back a year.
Arsenal supporters have been hit with another major transfer story, with Victor Osimhen and Jarell Quansah reportedly emerging as potential arrivals at the Emirates in a deal that could reach around £100 million. The biggest name in the story is undoubtedly Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian striker has been linked with Arsenal for some time, and his profile would fit the type of elite forward Mikel Arteta could use to strengthen the Gunners' attack. His pace, physicality, movement and finishing ability would give Arsenal another dangerous option in front of goal. The headline has naturally created huge excitement among Arsenal supporters, particularly because Osimhen has been one of the most frequently discussed elite strikers in connection with the club. The Nigerian forward possesses the pace, strength, movement and finishing ability that could transform Arsenal's attacking options. Mikel Arteta has continued to build a squad capable of competing for the Premier League and Champions League, and adding a striker of Osimhen's quality would represent another significant step in that ambition. At the other end of the pitch, Jarell Quansah is being mentioned as a possible defensive target. The young centre-back has impressed with his physical presence, composure and ability to contribute during build-up play. His arrival could give Arteta additional depth and competition in central defence. According to the claims surrounding the story, a combined package involving Osimhen and Quansah could reach approximately £100 million. If such a deal were completed, it would be one of the most eye-catching moves of Arsenal's transfer window. Meanwhile, Jarell Quansah is also attracting attention as a potential defensive target. The young centre-back has established himself as a highly regarded defender, possessing the physical qualities and composure required to compete at the highest level. Claims attributed to Ben Jacobs have added further fuel to the Arsenal transfer speculation, with reports suggesting that a combined package involving the two players could be worth approximately £100 million. However, Arsenal fans should remain cautious about the word confirmed. Transfer stories can develop quickly, but a reported agreement is not necessarily the same as an officially completed transfer. Until Arsenal or the relevant clubs formally announce the deals, the situation should be considered ongoing. However, Arsenal fans should understand that transfer reports can sometimes be presented as more advanced than they actually are. A reported fee or negotiation is not automatically an official agreement, and the final confirmation must come from the clubs or reliable transfer reporting. If Arsenal were to secure both players, it would represent a huge statement of intent. Osimhen could provide the goals and attacking presence Arsenal need, while Quansah could strengthen the defensive depth for Arteta. Nevertheless, the possibility of bringing Osimhen and Quansah is done.